It's about 6 o'clock right now. Sun comes up really early and the humidity is probably 100%. So even though it's 63 degrees, I'm sweating. But reading those logs this morning really kind of exposed what the AT does for us. It's all different. What's up, my friends? I hope everybody is doing well. Today's video, we're going back to hiking. I spent most of July of 2017 in northern Maine in hopes of continuing a through hike flip-flop on the Appalachian Trail. Well, by mid-July in the 100-mile wilderness when today's video was filmed, I had all but abandoned the idea of completing a through hike. Some type of diving bird. My ego was saying, you need to crush Miles. And my spirit was saying, just chill, man. However, I met a whole lot of northbounders that were nearing the end of their 2,000-mile journey from Georgia to Maine.
2,150, that sounds about right.
At this point, even the fastest hiker had spent over 100 days living in the woods. She was cruising. Okay, so what's your trail name?
Socks.
And when did you start hiking?
April 10th.
No, we're about 45 miles from Katahdin.
Yeah, something like that.
So what will your total count be?
Probably right around 100.
And most 4 to 6 months, enduring freezing weather, torrential rain, heat, humidity, terrible bugs, and most of all, lacking modern conveniences, all for the sake of beautiful scenery and a personal challenge.
I'm sketchy. I'm hiking the AT Novo. I'm almost done. This is my boyfriend Veg. He's doing the same thing.
Froggy, I studied April 3rd. I'm from France.
Trail name Chicago, or Shy, and I started March 19th.
We're Cheese and Coyote. I'm Cheese, she's Coyote.
And when did y'all start?
March 11th.
I started March 1st in Georgia, Springer Mountain.
And what are your trail names?
I'm Karaoke.
And I'm Luna, and I actually started in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, so I'm doing a flip-flop hike.
I hiked in 2015. My trail name is Fidel.
Started March 4th and got to Massachusetts, and then my partner hurt his knee, so I live in Maine, so I figured I'd just start from Maine and then go back to where we left off.
So there's that question that everybody that's hiking the Appalachian Trail gets asked. Why are you hiking?
Just something to do, you know, you get old, you gotta do something or else you turn into a couch potato.
So I became fascinated with the question of why you would want to walk thousands of miles through the woods and endure the hardships of living in the natural world.
I think the coldest night in the Smokies for us was like 14 and had a foot of snow. That was pretty.
Most people answer for why is that it's a transition period in their life. They're going from college to work or work to retirement or something significant's happening.
I feel like going back to work is just a transition time.
So what are you gonna do now?
Enjoy retirement, go home and get married. My fiance is waiting for me. Retirement is the greatest invention of civilized man.
So I guess your girlfriend just passed me. Have y'all through hiked the whole thing together?
Yep. That's actually my wife. This is our honeymoon.
This is your honeymoon?
Yeah. Yeah.
How's it treating your relationship?
It's good. I think we are almost making it through. So we got less than 50 miles. So yeah, it's really good. A lot of rain though. That can test a relationship.
Some people just really love walking.
Yeah, I just like the hiking. It's fun. I like the mountains.
We're almost done with the Triple Crown. I mean, we've done the PCT and the Continental Divide Trail before this.
And how do you feel?
Sad to be done with another through hike, stoked to be done with the AT.
Others love the experience.
I really think it's everything. It's the woods and the people.
Yeah.
You get both in doses. Yeah, it's all awesome.
The question I really wanted to know was not why, but how it changed you.
Just sitting in your tent, you can hear a crew like talking about what it would take to get a van and turn it into a livable situation. And then the next folks over are talking about like homesteading, or just everyone's talking about alternative lifestyles right now.
So my trail name's Frog because I'm fully reliant on God.
You can't outrun flies. The same fly will follow you for fucking hours.
It created an entire space of just living simply.
I don't know. It's difficult. I think I will see after. I'm still on 80. I have 2 days more to do. So
I meet new people, and yeah, I think I'm just more open-minded.
Maybe a bit more positive person, I'd say.
This is Nezabunt. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but that's Katahdin in the background as a bird flies at 16 miles away. Is that your first time to see Katahdin?
That's the first time I've seen it, yeah.
How do you
it's pretty
feel?
incredible. I mean, I never thought a big rock would make me feel like this.
You know, judgment goes away, age isn't important, all that sort of stuff is just...
Like vanity's out the window.
Yeah, I mean, just all those things aren't important. I mean, what's really, you learn what's really important when you're on the trail.
It's a beautiful day out here, and all these northbounders, these crazy northbounders, I keep asking them what the changes are, and it has a lot to do with laughing. They obviously have let all vanity go, and it's about enjoying life and being in the moment. Will you show me your armpit hair?
Sure. Been growing it out since Irwin.
It's coming along well.
Thank you.
Box.
That's a female skirt.
Yeah. No, this is a dress. It's got spaghetti straps and everything. They're buried in the hip belt.
What the important things are in life, so.
Not showers.
Not showers.
Most hikers start out solo and make friends along the way. Hello. What's up? How are y'all?
How are you? No, I started January 14th. She started February 4th. No, we hike together a lot. And then there's another right behind us too, Idaho Bones. And we've hiked together with, like us three have hiked together for a long time.
Some couples decide to spend all of these months in the woods together, and their relationships really get stripped down to the core. They get to know one another for who they really are, and sometimes a little better than they care to. How did like hiking together change your relationship? Or did it?
I probably did in some ways. I feel like we like had less tolerance for certain things. Like if you're annoying, then I'm gonna tell you right now, because your like wit's end becomes much shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get used to like farting in the tent and stinking together?
Yeah. You got. Yeah.
How long did that take?
Oh god. At least like a month or something. But you gotta get pretty comfortable with like body functions.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, because it's like, can I use the trowel? Because he has the trowel, and then I have to get it from him. So it's like, you know what each other's doing in your schedule.
Just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm asking all of these questions anyways, so yes, I got some tips for how to complete a thru hike on the Appalachian Trail.
Whenever I started, everyone was always talking about how hard the whites were, and the whites this, the whites that, whatever, but the whites were challenging but extremely fun, but the real pain doesn't start until the last 14 miles of New Hampshire all the way till the Bigelows in Maine. So that's the section that people need to be looking out for, not the whites.
Well, the main advice will be very strong in the head. Most important is the head, not the legs. It's mentally tough experience, but it's really nice. And the end is fantastic. New Hampshire and Maine are fantastic.
All this moss in here is like a pillow on top of these big giant rocks.
Do it. It's gonna be really hard, but you gotta do it. Because it's, things like this that make it so worth it.
It's not about how fast you're going, it's about, are you having fun? Yes? Okay, good.
And pack less.
Never trust a fart after 20 miles.
What it really boils down to is it's a mental game. Walking every day is not that difficult, but you have to stay focused on the destination if you plan on completing it. And having a light backpack is super important because a heavy backpack becomes a burden, and there's no quicker way to become disillusioned with the journey than to get worn out trying to carry too much crap. Start to hate your backpack like a fat man hates his gut. You gotta have a little bit of a gut, man. But if you let it get out of control, it's just gonna keep you from doing what you wanna do. What I really learned from the extraordinary people that I met on the Appalachian Trail was how to wholeheartedly follow a dream, how to enjoy every step of a journey, and I really loved Maine. So if you end up there, look out for fresh blueberries, keep an eye out for empty beaches on mountain lakes, and there are freshwater mussels in the lakes.
I'm gonna saute them.
Oh, you're gonna saute them?
Is that your first mussel?
Yeah, no, it looks gross.
Just eat it. You gotta suck it down.
You just swallow it. You don't like.
No, you can chew it.
Chew it. chew. This is why it's important to really chew your food. Just open your damn mouth. That's a mussel.
Guess what? It's food and it was free.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swallow it. It's not that bad.
I'll tell you, they don't really taste like much. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. I've got some more trail stuff, like I think Shaw's Hostel is gonna be the next video that I put together. All right, y'all, so had a great night at the Namakanta Lake campsite. It's awesome. It's like the beach in Maine on the lake. Thinks he's a lap dog. But let the wind on Katahdin blow up your skirt.
Yeah, just stand up there and strike a pose. February 25th, I started at Potato.
I don't really know what day I started because I just decided to get back on the AT one weekend. And I was kind of getting off and on between work and school.
And like, she got a text message from the woman of the woman's boobs, like, is that normal? Or do you think they're swingers? Or like how would you, like, is she reading into that? And I'm like, no, like, that seems abnormal. I would never do that. And anyway, it's a great you should hang out with Ramona.
This is why hitchhiking's awesome.
Yeah, totally. Completely, 100% better than any shuttle.
I thru hiked in 2014, 18 years.
What was your trail name?
And I'm a retired funeral director.
Did you start hiking when you retired?
1994. 23 years I've been hiking this thing. From Southern Planter, final 233-mile section to Katahdin. Hope to summit on the 27th of July, 2017.
Peace.
But I do say that the people who aren't transitioning, it's going to be tough to go back to just the exact same thing that you were doing before the trail.
I was a little more philosophical right after the hike, and because you got a lot of time to think, and you know, but then you get back into the hustle bustle, and that kind of starts to fade. So,
okay.
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a hard thing to hold on to.
Like, okay, now I gotta make a little bit of money, and then I'll go back to real life.
Right now I feel like fuck hiking. Screw that shit. But, that'll wear off.